I think my mic is working. I I think. Oh, most likely then. We're playing Diddy's World. Oh shit. Lot. Passy, retard. Oh shit. Oh shit. Uh. Diddy Blood, move. Okay, I did. I forgot I had Vimo. Best. You got this, Diddy Blood. I just wanna be alone. Bro, I would want a freaking tattoo of freaking EF5 and like EF5 like and like my freaking username with a fucking bunny because of course we gotta have that. But like I doubt I'm gonna be able to get a tattoo. I could wait. I mean, I could wait. I low key want a tattoo. Oh, this team is ass. Except for the shrimpo. At least the shrimp. Just be careful not getting banned at all. I forgot. Yeah, I ain't gonna be no snitch on who's a fucking exploit, but if y'all be reporting shit, then like, bam, literally slime me. I ain't snitching on anyone, cause like, let's be real. Let them exploit. Let these Diddy Bloods exploit. I don't really. I low-key have a Valve, but I haven't used it, cause why not, like, wait to use it later? Yeah, this is probably better. Ooh. I generally hate when certain people like the Michael Kovac situation is so fucking bad to the point like yeah, people fucking still support his ass. Shit. My bad. Shit. Uh my bad. I did not know you were there. Um yeah, but the Michael Kovac situation is hella bad. And it pisses me off to the fact that that one guy who breaks the fucking Nintendo Switch, I low-key forgot his username. Um, like people literally forgot the fact that he got forgot the fact that he didn't just fucking say the N-word. He also made a really fucking problem. Not an anime. He voiced a really problematic thing. Back in the day, you could get away with shit. Certain dark humor was like perfectly alright. Oh shit. He voiced Goku in this Anne Frank fucking parody shit. And that's fucked up. Like out of all things. It's fucked up to the point that a lot of people still think that was funny. But it generally wasn't. And the thing is, like, people are saying that he's alright, he's good. He's alright for literally, like, people are not canceling, no one's canceling most of the main cast of the Amazing Digital Circus. They're not getting canceled, but that one guy did. So people straight up will generally get, will force someone to get canceled Now, I know the shit he did, the guy saying the N-word, is bad. Don't get me wrong. But Michael Kovac did so much worse shit. And still, people are still supporting him. I'm generally glad that I'm not a Raid Steel Circus fan. Like, out of all fucking things, there's no way the whole cast, like, fucking got caught doing horrible things. Because, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Oh, but it was like a year, like 7 years ago. Yeah, I think if someone did that and they weren't cracker white, they wouldn't get away with that shit. That shit would not be passed. And generally, I see a lot of people doing this whole bullshit where like, oh, like, but he didn't mean it. He did mean it. I mean, make make like most people don't fucking think about it, but he pretty much did understand clearly that it was bad. Michael Kovac is not getting away with this shit. Now people are letting him off the hook because it was 7 years ago. It's still wrong. We're not supporting that shit. No, we shouldn't. I'm against it. And I hear a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, but like, why are you against it?" Like, but Michael Kovac said that like so long ago. No, don't let him off the hook. Get him out of here. Kick him, ban him. Like, generally, I would generally go up to the stand of Michael Kovac. Now, I know this is stupid. Do not actually do this. This is not. I would generally ask him to sign me a Goku plush. Because I know what he did. He made fun of freaking... He literally voiced in an animation that was making fun of Anne Frank. And not only that, not only just making fun of Anne Frank, it's just bad. You wanna come this way? Wait, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I would generally... I know what Michael Kovac did. And I know a lot of people are probably, like, saying that the whole N-word thing was just 7 years ago. Like, oh... No, but can we... Do we understand that the Holocaust is not something to fucking joke about? Especially making a whole animation of Anne Frank and Goku. You know, Anne Frank was like 14 to 15 years old, and Goku is like 45. I mean, some versions of Goku, he's like 19 and shit. That Goku is an adult. And you may be wondering, oh, but Bunny Company, how do you know that? Bro, you do not know what is in my brother's room, and every day I play on this freaking PS5, I see Dragon Ball figures. I've watched Dragon Ball. It's clearly wrong that Michael Kovac voiced in that shit. And generally, there's like re-uploads, because like some of them were taken down because he's trying to hide it. But Michael Kovac, you ain't getting away with that shit because... Oh. No, you're banned. But like, clearly people are uneducated because I feel like a lot of other people need to know that Michael Kovac was a grown man. And he still fucking joked about that shit. He still fucking joked about it. And look, this is kind of going back to like how some people will get canceled and some people wouldn't. A few other name people that I will mention because I feel like this needs to be mentioned, that you can't let people get off the hook because of what they do. Like, oh, what about Doma? Yeah, she got off the hook. She changed. She changed. I don't think she changed, man. People like that do not change. And especially, it's not just because it was 7 years ago, but is, the fact is that the fact is that fuck, Michael Kovac didn't just he did the Anne Frank thing before the N-word incident. So if a lot of people should understand, um, he did not change. If he voiced something that about the Anne Frank shit, and he still did it after that, it means that he didn't grow as a person and he still stayed the same. Because there's no fucking way that, oh, fuck. There's no fucking way that there's no fucking way that he managed to voice an Anne Frank shit. And not only that, it was just weird itself. I actually decided to watch that shit and see what what is my claim on this shit. And it was bad. It's horrible. So, yeah, no, it was generally him being kind of creepy, voicing something that is horribly wrong. It's not right. It's disturbing to the point that Michael Kovac is a part of that. I know it was made in 2015, but by that time he should have literally known that was wrong, especially 2019. I know people are gonna say, oh, but Michael Kovac was younger. No! I wouldn't do that! And fucking post it! No! Because digital footprint is the real shit, and it follows you. No matter what you do, it follows you. Diddy Blood, I'm not giving you the machine. But no, Michael Kovac should get, like, the whole Digital Circus cast, most of them. Most of the main cast need to fucking understand that their actions are horribly wrong. It's wrong. And it's disgusting. That I think Kinger's voice actor was gooning to underage people. It's what I heard. So yeah, most of the main cast is problematic, and if I was if I was a fan, I would literally refund my ticket. I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. I don't agree to it. I don't I'm not trying to support something that is, even the creator herself, it is bad. Goosework is bad. Zubal's voice actor is bad. So please don't hate on me for fucking this hot take. But people that do something that is so popular do not get the hate for it. Fucking Rocks. Yeah. Rocks. Man, no, I do not support him. He was a pedophile. He's a Diddy. I do not. No, people cannot change because to this day and age, Rocks is a grown man. And he did pretty horrible stuff. He did horrible stuff, and I still do not agree on that shit. I don't agree on any of that bullshit. I will not support someone who's done horrible shit because general hot take. I see a lot of people getting mad at me for like for fucking with Conker's Bad Fur Day. I would get literally bullied for fucking Jurassic and shit. And there's people over here fucking making is titty blood. Nope. Please don't see me. Um, people, people think Conker's Bad Fur Day is a bad game because, like, because it has adult themes and mature themes. But I don't see the all in bad in Conker's Bad Fur Day. And here, just the hot take, because I need to talk about this. Conker's Bad Fur Day gets hated on. A lot of shows that are actually pretty good get hated on. But hear me out. You know why? Because you know what's normalized nowadays? This bullshit. And I hate when people are like, oh, we're living in a dystopian reality. I'm telling you. Hey, Sprout. But anyways, we are living in a fucking dystopian reality because there's no way. There's this one movie, the first R-rated film, and let me tell you, it's bad, but not as fucking bad as has been up to. I'm like being dead ass with you because that film was made in the early 70s. Humor is different back in the days. If you see old humor, it's generally dystopian and different than what we get to see in like modern day. And this is what pisses me off is that we have this OG humor. Now, don't get me wrong, the first R-rated animated film is pretty disturbing. And if it's not for the snowflakes of the world, because I'm telling you, I watched I think the one that like came 2 years after the first R-rated film. But I'm just gonna tell you something. We can all, I can all correct, I can agree on one thing, that film is not as bad as fucking Hazbin Hotel or Hell of a Boss. Because tell me why we're fucking trying to be serious, but we're joking about shit that we shouldn't be joking about. Because I thought we were past the point with humor like that. Because people are so sensitive. People are so sensitive because tell me why. Tell me why. The same people that say this stuff is bad fucking watch Hazbin Hotel. Because you guys cannot make a hot take if you're fucking trying to bash on other people for liking other stuff. Oh my god. Others like other film, especially if I think a lot of people don't know the graphic novel freaking Feral. I'm telling you that's not for the for the weak. Cuz that shit is oh, I want to grab a copy, but I doubt my parents will actually let me own a copy of Feral. But it's it's actually a pretty good book. Primal, good show. But I see a lot of people getting mad. I generally got harassed by a bunch of Hazbin Hotel fans. I actually got. I don't even like talking about me getting almost getting sexually assaulted by a Hazbin Hotel fan because I feel embarrassed talking about that shit. And I know a lot of people were probably like, "Oh, but like you shouldn't be embarrassed." Yeah, I would literally get harassed if I actually talk about this shit because most of the Hazbin Hotel, like most people are like, "Oh, Hazbin Hotel." Not, it's not all the fans. I'm like, the fans I've met literally one of them molested me, and not only that, she was trying to do the shit in like what the characters did in the show to me, and then I fucking fought her, ripping her fucking shirt off like ripping, not like ripping, because I was fighting back. I was just like, oh hell no, you're not fucking doing that. She would generally touch me, and I told her, do not fucking touch me because that's gross, and I do not fucking like being touched there. Don't touch me there. And then she said, oh well, I had trauma too. Like I was assaulted. Yeah, if you were sexually, like she said she was sexually assaulted, but the thing is, she said this like how she did it in like she got the multiple times. I'm like, if you got this multiple times, you should know the signs. And especially it's a lot harder to tell if someone's grooming you. Because it's not only happened to me 2 times. But the thing is like she said it like it happened to her like 4 to 5 times. And I'm like, or even more. I generally don't know how many times this has happened to her. But there's no way you would let someone do that to you. More than like 2 times. Because if you're generally gullible like that to the point, it shocked me that she tried to say I was assaulting her. Like there was it was one of me and my other homegirl, and we were just like, the fuck? You were like being the weirdest one there. Not only that, I think she stole some shit, so yeah, she steals and she's just disgusting. But this proves the point. If you're popular like Vibsy Pop, freaking freaking Gooseworks, Michael Kovac, Doma, give me some other names. I'm generally not trying to list off a lot, but I know a lot. Rocks, yeah, there you go. But the thing is, what shocks me is that I know a lot of people don't know the whole story about Vibsy Pop, but she used to talk to a person that was not mentally sane. I shit, what's her name? Fuck, what's her name? 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 Fuck. The girl who made Alfred's Playhouse. The girl who made Alfred's Playhouse. Gooseworks and I think Vizzy Pop both met her. Both met her. And like understand that she was disgusting. I know, like, I heard she had, like, traumas, but for her to do all that other stuff, because I know she did more things worse than just her animated Newgrounds animation series. But she had to move away because I remember, if I'm not wrong, I do remember hearing about this, that so she did some pretty nasty and rich stuff. But I see a lot of people just mad, mad that I would have to do that to get away. People are mad that people are, fuck, what I was like, people are mad that that one guy freaking went up to the freaking paper cutout and started saying the N-word. But he immediately got canceled, but Michael Kovac isn't canceled yet fully. So it shocks me that Michael Kovac isn't canceled, but he got canceled immediately. And the thing is, Gooseworks cannot be fucking talking. None of those people can be talking because they associate with people that I don't really want to talk about because I will get my ass slammed out. But the thing is, when I see these same people like watch Aspen Hotel, watch or support Wizzy Pop and all those racists, and get mad at people when they say, "Oh, this is my hot take. This is my hot." Like you're not black. You're not black. You can't have no say. It's wrong for them to say the freaking N word. And generally, as being a Mexican, when I was growing up, I would be called a border hopper, and I people would tell me to go back to Mexico. I'm a U.S. citizen, but this freaking white boy went up to. I literally got assaulted by this white kid. He barked in my face, and he fucking tried to. He grabbed my arm so fucking hard, and the teacher saw that, and she didn't say anything. She said that, like, she didn't say anything, and it shocks me that there's people like he called me a beaner. He said the N word, hard R, to my face, and he called me a beaner. I've got called a beaner. There's just this kid said he was black, but I feel like he was Indian, and he would say the hard R. But I mean, he did kind of look black, so I think he was mixed. But this white kid didn't get jumped. I'm genuinely shocked he didn't get jumped. But I mean, what the hell? I'm not gonna say his full name because I generally don't want problems. Like I know he's a bad person, but let's understand that this happened when I was in sixth grade. I don't maybe he changed, maybe he didn't. Who knows? We will never know if he changed. But I'm shocked that nothing was done about it because it pisses me off that these little white fat kids be saying like, oh, it's not that bad. It is bad because you don't understand it. Because the thing is, I remember getting in trouble for calling someone a cracker after they called me a beaner and then called me the N word, har. But the thing is, I'm not black, so I can't say the N word. But the thing is, the reason why I called this kid a cracker was because he was white as shit. But generally because I didn't have any comebacks, and I told this kid like, "You better fucking back off." And generally because I didn't know how to fight, I didn't fight this kid. I so badly wanted to slime this little fucking white boy's ass. Well, and the thing is, I wouldn't have won. But then like after like a while, I I did get into a fight in eighth grade. I actually got into three fights and won three of them in eighth grade. The fights that happened in sixth grade, I didn't win because I got jumped by a bunch of guys, and I don't think that was fair. But I still fought guys a lot more than I fought girls. And it's not just because the thing is, most of the girls, I didn't want to get jumped by the girls. Ooh, my daddy Astro. But no, I didn't want to get jumped by the girls. But um, what's it called? But the thing is, I was more scared of fighting girls than fighting guys because I literally, let's be let's be real. I'm more scared of fighting another girl, which is stupid because I've literally gotten beaten to the ground, barely being able to breathe by a guy. But I'm more scared of fighting girls because I don't want my hair pulled. But the thing is, like, I still fought and I was still more scared than the fact. But I'm still shocked to myself that the reason why I think I've got into more fights with guys is probably because let's hear me out. It's because when I was growing up, I had brothers. I had uncles. One of my uncles, stopped shit on me. And I generally don't like talking about that because at this point, the reason why I was more scared to fight girls was because the thing is, I used to roughhouse with my cousin a bit when we used to play like some games, but we never really did too much of the whole "oh, I'm beating you." Like, no, we were just, and still, I still could have, I most likely than not could have overpowered my bullies, which most of them were girls at the time. I could have overpowered them because the thing is, they didn't hurt as much as my. Oh, she did the. Please, speed, I need this. But like, no, I could have overpowered those girls. But the thing is, I didn't want to fight them because most likely than not, I would have broken their ribs. Because I didn't. The thing is, I literally do not let go. Once you're in my grasp, I do not let. Why wouldn't you do the machine all the way over there? You little cunt. You could have done this one first, but the thing is, like, it's still funny to me that this one. It's still funny to me that we could like. It's so funny to me that I was more scared to fight a girl, even though I could have gotten my ribs broken. I, I've gotten thrown, but the thing is, I have a lot more cuts, scarring on my body, but I was still more scared to fight a girl than fight a guy. It's a fight a guy. Why is that? Maybe because I've literally fought guys my entire life. My uncle, my brothers. My brother could have broken my jaw, and I still was alright. I still suck at fighting, but I mean, at least I'm still here to tell. My fucking god. At least I'm still here to tell the tale that I'm okay, and still even then I get nightmares of my mother, which just shocks me that I've been getting more nightmares lately. But I guess trauma. I guess I know people are like, oh, it's not trauma because I see a lot of people are like, oh, you're watering down trauma, but like, uh, I don't think it's normal to have literal nightmares of stuff that happened to you in the past, and you're still able to vividly remember it and feel it in your dreams, and you still feel sick. And but the thing is, I never really brought that up to a lot of people. I generally only brought it up to, well, Mad Dog and freaking Fear and still, oh my god, I'm getting jumped by these people. Middle school trauma. Middle school trauma coming back to me. It's not really trauma because I don't really think about things that happened in middle school. I only think about the stuff that happened. Oh my god, why would you do the machine? The near the fucking elevator and not near the but I see a lot of people just generally not understand how certain people, if people have dealt with shit like that, they would know that you don't just stop thinking about it. You generally don't joke about it. Because let's be real, I don't joke about why would it come over here? I don't like it. Oh my god, these stickers don't. I don't like this map. I like this map. I just don't like that there's so many fucking twisted. Do that last machine. Do it, please. Thank you. Um, I don't like how a lot of people just like think certain people are watering down the term because not a lot of people are watering down the term. But most of those people that say they have and they still like do it, they they're just lying about it. They're just trying to make it. Oh, I'm so cool because that happened to me. No, it's not. It's not fun to experience that shit. I need this shit. Mm. Um, um, but like the thing is, I feel like a lot of people just see this as like I don't know like if a lot of people know, but I it's been difficult for me to sleep more lately, and back pain has been finally catching up to me again. I had bronchitis, and I got like all that shit, but I'm still alive today. It was hard to breathe and shit. But what comes to mind in my little brain, what just comes to mind with me is just how shocked I am that this stuff is going on, and still like trying to process that. Yeah, we're living in a dystopian reality. There's other stuff going on that I can't really talk about because I don't want to get slimed out by certain individuals. And I don't mean like slimed out like chomped for it. I mean killed for it. But like, but it's still sad to me that we're living in a dystopian reality. It's dystopian world and all this other stuff. But it's sad to me that still, as youngsters, or like as we're approaching our adult age, we're still like still we're still by our parents. They want us to get like, oh, you gotta do this. Like the school system is shitty. Um, and the reason why it's shitty is probably because our our entire sucks shit, and the best thing to probably get a job is by socializing, doing freaking commissions, which I used to do commissions. I got caught doing one because someone was so down bad, and they wanted something that I don't really want to say. But let it be known by by everyone that you probably don't want to know what it was that this person wanted me to draw. But a lot of people can guess probably what mm, this individual wanted me to draw, because they actually gave me a lot for it. A lot of money for it, actually. They gave me a tip. They gave me more cash for me to bring it in person. And generally, it was in like the seventh grade when I still did commissions like once in a blue moon in like sixth grade. For me to do commissions. Um, but for me to do commissions and um, for me to still do commissions is that I want to do more commissions because I do want to save up and get a little farm and stuff. But the thing is, the reason why I want to start agriculture, which a lot of people don't think I I'm a person of agriculture. I do have that shit in my background when I was younger and shit. And the thing is, most of these people actually don't think I'm mentally prepared to butcher something. I've done it before. Which, I don't know how this conversation got to the Michael Kovac shit and to this, but we have to talk about this because how are we gonna understand that we're living or some shit like this? But it still shocks me to the point that oh shit. Be careful. That's still people like this are in their world and fuck. Oh shit, I'm getting jumped. Oh. Oh Finn, please. I'm dead. Seeing thingies. Gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go. But yeah, we're still living in a dystopian world and whatever makes sense of this is probably just it's just shocking to me that not a lot of people know that I like farming. I wanna see what this person does. Oh, Dandy's being an asshole. But here's a friendly reminder that if you want something for the future and if you're still a youngster, um I if you wanna buy a car, make an interceptor, get your own farm, start your own shit, please, I beg of you, buy it or save it. Save the money right now. You're not gonna be able to afford it in the later future because I'm sorry to say this. They're like they're not gonna let you own. They're trying to take away our privileges of owning pets, and now we're getting our literal rights taken away from us every day, and we're fighting about if Michael Kovac shouldn't be canceled or not. So just remember, guys, that this world is probably not the best that we're living in, but at least we have like certain stuff that is making us happy, and especially what is probably the best for us and all of us is that the only thing that really matters is probably the fact is that we are running out of time little by little by not trying to save or plan ahead. Which I know this causes a lot of stress, but as an individual like myself with an IEP, I've generally started to understand that the school system has only passed me because, well, they don't want to get sued. I've never learned anything beyond my grade level, and I've never passed any of those tests, but they still passed me because they didn't want me to stay in that grade level because they don't want people to know that they're not teaching us shit, and nothing is reliable to us anymore. The old methods aren't correct and they're not right, but the school system wants us out and gone. And generally, I've never passed most of my classes because I'm an individual that likes thinking differently. And getting bashed for that shit is probably why, as an individual that likes cutesy characters getting fucking like gore and shit, is not like I don't like the real shit. No, I like the stories with horror and elements like that, like Feral or Watership Down. But what makes me shocked to this point is that the school system doesn't like people that are that have autism or are on the spectrum or think differently. I might not be that autistic because I actually process things a lot more differently than most other people. But one of my fellow friends, and I hope he does not get mad at me for mentioning his name, but I still care for him. My beloved friend Mad Dog. And he told me a story that he got kicked out of summer school because he was autistic. They didn't accept him because what his past shit was. And the thing is, guys are a lot more able to get off the hook with being autistic, which, unlike us as females, is kind of hard because we need to control ourselves and control our emotions. And the thing is, it's hard for me to control my emotions when they've been boiled up inside of me for years. And generally, why I kind of like the freaking character dynamics of Danny's World, and which I've seen a lot of people just not understand that I like Shelly's dynamic. I like how Bassie is because Bassie thinks everything is shit and just tries to the nervousness of her, fidgeting and shit. I've generally done that before. That's kind of relatable. Shelly being forgotten, well, or kind of being ignored, or saying like, "Hey, you guys want to do something?" and they say, "Maybe later. I'm busy doing something else." Has just come down to boil me to my point and core to think and overthink about shit, just like Bassie does. In which I feel like a lot of people don't understand that characters that are written like this are actually better to understand than whatever we're getting in fucking by Bibsy Pop and shit. Because if you're good at writing shit, you could write masterpieces. And which our literal freaking attempt at doing that nowadays is overtaken by AI, but there's still creative people out there. But as a person or as an individual, I'm pretty shocked to see that a lot of people don't like the whole thought of me not going to college because let's be real, I don't like the school system. I said it could get better, but my life has been getting shittier and shittier by the days and the minutes. My back is hurting. I'm literally feeling sick every day. And not just sick from like, oh, body aches and anything like that. I'm feeling sick mentally. I'm literally burnt out. And the thing is, I'm not even that old. I'm pretty young. For me to have the thoughts of getting better, well, having a plan for my future, because let's be real, if I don't do any of this, then what is gonna get down for my lineage? And I know a lot of people are like, oh, but you have been through so much. Why do you still want kids? Because let's be real, I I generally am more I'm empathetical and I care about a lot of things, and especially seeing everything crumble beneath my own arms. I've blamed myself for a lot of things, and which I'm pretty sad because the thing is, most people think fear is by you screaming. Oh no. You don't know what real fear is when you're holding a corpse or almost a dying thing in your arms. as its brains are out of its head and skull. Because I was holding a dead almost dying bird, and I saved it. Then, a little bit later, it got brutally killed and murdered. And I literally picked up the corpse and looked at myself and said, what have I done? Everything has died in my arms, in my own palm's hands, and what makes me think of it? I'm scared. Because the thing is, when I was holding that bird, I didn't scream. I couldn't. I was gasping because it was impossible to scream, and I was scared and terrified because you can't scream. You can't when you're that scared. You are shocked and nervous, and you can't scream at all. Nothing comes out, and which I generally know how it feels, but whatever makes most horror films accurate is that you can't scream when you're in fright and terror. But whatever it comes upon any of y'all, hopefully just know that I'm praying for you and stuff is better to come. Jason, what are you doing? But yeah, this is my rant. This is Bunny Company's rant because I genuinely wanted to do a different gameplay, but we got Dandy's World. But bye, guys. Bunny Company out.